On this episode of Business Leader Book Review, we're going to hear the author's story from J. David Harper, who wrote The Great Eight. In this, he speaks about company culture. And just earlier today, I was on LinkedIn and read this quote from Jeremy Kubicek, Executive Chairman at Giant Worldwide. Jeremy said, "You are responsible for how you think. Remember, you define your personal culture." You know, Jeremy is right. Of course, personal culture will drive corporate culture, and that is what David is talking about in his book, The Great Eight. He lays out for us 8 virtues and corresponding vices that can either lead to great success or tremendous hardship when it comes to business culture. Let's listen as David shares the story behind The Great Eight.
So we made this discovery back in 2010, and it has revolutionized our firm, and over time, it's really made an impact on our clients that we serve. And it was something that we needed, even though the leadership in our company, we were all Christians, we just still had a lot of dysfunction. We had a hard time agreeing on certain things. We had a hard time being aligned, being held accountable, really valuing other people on the team. We're sitting down, and I told my business partner, Bill, I said, "Bill, we have got to come up with some corporate values that are going to keep us on track. We've had some bad hires. We have had some strategic relationships that we thought, this is going to work. It's going to be great. These people have a great reputation. They're smart. They work hard." It wasn't enough. I started thinking about the Beatitudes. And I love the Beatitudes, love the message, love the poetry, what it sounded like in the old King James Version, how I memorized it. But, you know, I started thinking, is there a possibility that we could take the Beatitudes and forge those into our corporate values? And so I started thinking about it, how could I maybe apply one word for each beatitude and call it a virtue? And then what really made it come to life was when we discovered the opposite. Okay, well, what would be the opposite of the virtue? Because that was what we would tend to do. Just thinking out loud, I would say, you know, blessed are the poor in spirit, for there's the kingdom of heaven. Well, what's poor in spirit? Well, it's humility. It's you realize you need other people. You can't do it yourself. But what's the opposite of that? I don't need anybody else. I got it all. I got everything it takes. And so that's ego-driven personality. And we've seen that a lot in our business. So that was the process of, okay, let's go to each one of these Beatitudes, come up with a one-word virtue and a one-word vice. And so I wrote that out in a small paper, and the initial idea was these vices are always trying to get in. It's almost like a virus that's always trying to get in the culture. And the only thing that keeps them at bay are the virtues. And so that was the short little paper I wrote, but I began to go out and speak with friends about it, business people, and they said, this is good stuff. This makes sense, that if we were to organize our business effort around the virtues and everybody else did it, that would be a great thing in our society. So every time I talked with someone, they'd give me another idea to add to it. So the 5 pages grew into 15 pages to 20 pages, ended up writing a short book on it called The Great Eight.